Mark, as we head into our final game of the season away from home, in front of yet another sold-out away end, what have you made of the support the team's received on the road this season?
Support's been brilliant, both home and away. I think, honestly, you look on reflection, and really there'll be a lot of reflection going on over the summer, but on reflection in terms of our away form, it started off brilliantly, and then 2 wins in the first 2 games, and we've looked like we've been capable away from home. Away wins at Norwich and Hull at the start of the year, but it's been too infrequent, and we haven't scored enough goals. It's really weird because we've conceded the second least amount of goals away from home, but scored the second least as well. We need to address that. We need to be better. We're followed in huge numbers away from home, so that's something that we've got to address over the summer. And make sure it's better, because those supporters who pay good money and follow us everywhere, really, it's important that we make sure that we're better on the road, because this season's just been a bit up and down. Some of the performances have been good, but some of them have been way off in terms of trying to get a result. Now, we can talk about that. And I've spoken a lot about injuries and things this season, but we always speak about, and I always speak about, if somebody's out, there's an opportunity for somebody else, and they've got to take that chance when it comes. But sometimes this has been a season, and I've said unprecedented. It's been a season where we've ended up with too many injuries to key players, and we've had 1 or 2 youngsters come in who quite rightly have had a go, but it's been really difficult. And the fact that we've had, at stages of this season, we've had players out in the front end, and then we've had players out defensively, and it's made a huge significant difference. And then combined with that, we've had some midfield players out as well, so the balance hasn't quite been right, and that's something that we look to rectify next season, whether that be through training or whatever else we might uncover over the summer. But I think, generally and genuinely, the players have tried to give everything they have, and I think there's a general disappointment about the fact we've finished way below where we could have finished this season.
With another sold-out away end, is that a big motivating factor to go out and get a result on the final day?
The final day is, obviously we've got some players back, and when we say got some players back, they haven't trained as much as you would like them to get them back ready properly. But the last game sort of presents an opportunity for those players to go out on a high and try and get a result at Ashton Gate.
The fans have voted Sorba Thomas as their player of the season. What's he been like to manage this season?
He's been really straightforward. He's worked hard. He's got a good personality. He's fun around the place as well with other players. His interactions are good, and his work rate is, an example for everybody to follow. He has got incredible amounts of energy and uses that to the full. But he does everything right. He recovers well. And he's able to go again, and that's something that we have to try and replicate throughout the squad, where players can go at full intensity and full speed, full tilt, contribute, because his contributions have been significant with his goals and his assists, but also his work rate to stop attacks or help stop attacks or help his defensive colleagues, and stop crosses going into the penalty area, and all of those things. He's an example to everybody.
Lamine Cisse scored a good number of goals in the second half of the season. What have you made of the strides that he's made this season?
He's starting to score. I know he's capable of scoring goals. He scored a good one last week from a set play, direct from a set play. He's capable. He just needs to sort of start to understand the game a little bit more. But I'll take the fact that he'll run, he'll give everything, and as you say, he's finding his feet in terms of being in front of goal and taking his chances. Now there's times when he's hit and miss, where he'll do something in a game where he'll overhit a cross, or he'll overhit a pass, or he'll do something, but that's him trying to be at full tilt to be able to create something or score something. And I'll take that in the first instance, but there's still some huge improvement in there.
Been a big week for Viktor Johansson, having made his return from injury for the under-21s on Monday and also signing a new contract today. What's your reaction to that news?
Delighted. I think the club, John Walters, the owner, they've done a fantastic job, and Viktor obviously committing to staying here is a big plus for everybody. I think the supporters are going to be absolutely delighted when they hear that news. It shows his commitment to being here and what we have planned for the future and buying into that as well. He has been a big miss for us and a significant reason that results started to drift. His presence isn't just that he's in goal and he's a brilliant goalkeeper and shot stopper. It's his energy, it's his personality, it's everything around that, and we missed that massively from the back end of December till now.
In terms of Bristol City tomorrow, what sort of challenge do you expect against them and Roy Hodgson?
They're a good team. They've generally played a back three with wing backs for a long period of time. They were in the playoffs this time last year. Change of manager again. Roy coming in, he's got a vast experience, and they've got some good players. They really have got some good players in the team. They've moved players on. They've sold. They've had to sell, but they've replaced them with good players. They generally have a good academy, bring players through from their academy, and generally buy pretty well as well. So it's going to present a significant challenge. Good midfield players, you know, with Max Bird, although Max Bird's been missing for large parts of the season. Jason Knight, really talented midfield players, but they've got some threats in their side. They've got a couple of players on loan, obviously from Middlesbrough, with Delano Bergzorg and I think Neto Borges as well. So they've got some firepower. They've got some decent players in there. But again, we want to go and see if we can pick up the 3 points on the last game of the season, and the week's work in training has been good. So yeah, let's go and finish it off properly.